Hello, welcome to this week's astrology report. I am Jody Shirami at JodyBoots22 on astropod_cast on YouTube page. This is my weekly podcast, and I am coming to you during my writing sabbatical, which I am taking now as August begins, and school starts to begin soon as well for my youngest. So this is usually the time I take a little bit of breaks and come back. But this year I'm just going to do a podcast, which is a little bit easier when I'm not in my studio Cloud9. So on this last day of July 31st, the moon moves in and conjuncts the North Node in Aquarius, first thing in the morning. And then the moon will square Uranus in Gemini. And that is some energy coming in to help us figure out what's kind of going on with ourselves. Then the Pisces Moon trines Cancer Mercury, who is now starting to move forward. We can start to see Mercury. It's trying to process what's going on. And then on Sunday the 2nd, the Pisces Moon will square Mars in Gemini. Then it's going to be opposite of Venus in Virgo. And then it's going to shift into Aries and sextile Pluto and conjunct Neptune. Wow, so that's a busy day Sunday. Then Chiron is going to station retrograde in Taurus. And this is where we're going to start thinking about what it is that we own in our environment that is a reflection of how we look at life and how we feel stable and secure. What's mine, my things that belong to us. So I think there's going to be an antique renaissance here. And then on the 4th, Aries Moon is going to align with Vesta, forming harmony as Mars opposes Black Moon Lilith and squares Venus Virgo. So here is a time to make some difficult decisions, but the planets will help with clarity arriving here in Leo season. And then Taurus Moon on the 5th conjuncts retrograde Chiron, emphasizing the good parts of life that nature provides, which is Taurus, Mother Earth, fixed sign, especially dealing with food. As we can see, food could be scarce coming up. On the 6th, Cancer Mercury is in shadow still and keeps bringing up memories or things that need to be addressed that we've been thinking about. And then Venus is now entering Libra as Mercury again is really trying to wake up and enter Leo. And then on the 7th, Gemini Moon conjuncts Uranus and then opposes Libra, Venus in Libra. And then it's going to trine Aries, Neptune, Leo, Jupiter, and the Leo Sun. And this is going to change the way we stand on stage as the sovereignty begins to find clarity in the need to see who we are truly to the world and who we are to ourselves. So these major changes coming up this week are continuous waves of what's been going on the past 2 weeks as July ends on a bang. July has really brought a bunch of evolutionary changes during the month of the moon, the home of the moon, the mother, the nurturing, the love. And so we can see in real time that things are going awry in the world as families are breaking apart. Lots of problems and stress occurring out there in the mundane world for a lot of people. And it's really hard to keep things in your mind with clarity. But Leo season opens up with the card of clarity on July 22nd, 22nd, and ends on August 22nd with the 4th of Club, which is the card of clarity, which is the 4 of Clubs, the difficult to find good luck charm, right? But it's nature, it involves nature. So we're in Leo season. We are booked in by clarity because the sun here is doing its job in terms of it just recharged Jupiter. Jupiter had a cazimi behind the sun this past week. During that, big, beautiful Aquarius full moon that really shot the light onto everything that we thought was going on, but now we know it is going on. The light is shining on that. And so there's not too many places now to hide after this past 2 weeks. And August is really coming in with a bunch of good vibes here with Jupiter and Neptune still in cahoots with Pluto and Uranus. And Uranus having some meetings this week. It's really ushering in the age of the air, the fire horse here coming in to really see how quick things can change when fire's involved. Fire can come in and ravage a landscape and leave it completely barren with nothing on it. So, and then the air that comes in can push the fire and feed that fire. So, and we can see in real time out in the world that this is occurring. There's been a couple of earthquakes here, and they're pretty big earthquakes in the whole scheme of things. So, my advice is that, it's still summertime. Kids are still out of school. If you can, just sit and meditate and do some writing like I'm doing and enjoy yourself and do things that bring you joy. And so I'm going to be doing the podcast like this probably for about a month or two, not sure yet, just as I use this time for myself to also step away from the camera and talk in more of a personal manner. But you can still catch me on Patreon on my dailies. There I do live and record myself there on Monday through Thursday. And then I will be back here every Friday still for the weeks coming up. I'm not going to stop recording at all because I realize if I do it this way, it's still just as great. So, and enjoy the pictures that I put up. These are my plants, my house plants as they grow. And I'm going to add in a couple of other pictures of the beach and times that I've been out and about in my community here, enjoying this beautiful weather in Florida. I also added some pictures when we were in California visiting our oldest son and his fiance in San Diego. Enjoy. So thank you for sticking there with me. All my accounts are not private. So you have to go look and see where it is where you follow me, and you will get notified when they go up in Patreon if you're a subscriber and also paid customer. And also on YouTube, if you're a subscriber, it should automatically go to your email. And all of that information is private unless you show it to me. So again, this is Jody Shirami, and I'm hoping you're having a great August. August 1st begins tomorrow. And next Saturday is the Lion Gates portal, which occurs every year on 8/8. And right now, Regulus, the Leo's heart of the lion, has shifted. It is at 0 degrees and 11 minutes of Virgo, and it's been there since 2011. That's how long it takes for Regulus to move around. And if you ever watch lions, they really do just sit there. And that's how you know if you have Leo in you somewhere in your chart. You kind of like to sit there and can veg out and just do nothing. So, all right. So, here's to the Leo season. I'll talk to you guys next week right here for the next weekly astrology report, which will be pretty awesome. It's eclipse season, so we're heading towards the eclipse on the 12th, which is super powerful. And then one again at the end of the month, which is a partial eclipse, I believe. So I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care. Be good. Love you guys. Bye.